What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy GemMint. Today we received a package from CBCS. They hit us up and asked if we wanted to review their new cases. First of all, anytime a big company like CBCS or CGC, that's a big company within the hobby, reaches out, you always feel some type of recognition. So I really appreciate you guys hitting me up. And they even said, hey, listen, we know that you are more of a CGC collector, which is actually an even better reason why we want you to review them. So you just give us a fair, unbiased review of the new cases. So that's what we're going to do. I also do have CGC's last two generation cases, so we can kind of compare maybe the old CBC to the old CGC and the new one as well. So we'll take a good look at them. First, let's get them up out of the box. Now, I don't cover graded comics on the channel as much as I used to. Those of you guys who've been subscribed for a while know that I used to do CGC spotlights and just have more graded books around in general. The truth is, I just really lost focus in collecting graded books. I've really just been more interested in collecting like statues or omnibus. So I still, appreciate CBCS reaching out. So let's see what we have here. A lot of bubble wrap in that box. It's a good example on how you want to ship slabs. Tons of bubble wrap, a box bigger than you need so that they don't clang around, right? All right, so let's see. Oh, so very cool. I didn't know if they were going to send like just like an empty case, but they actually have this Amazing Fantasy 15 reprint, which is really cool. I actually enjoy those reprints for like display purposes. All right, so which one's which? I'm thinking, yeah, the new case. This is the new case here. So let's take a look at these. Let's see at a glance. So at a glance, the case on the right, the new case has a lot less separation, right? So the old one looks like it has these kind of clips. And it even feels feels very lightweight. You could pretty much bend this, right? So for the old one, the new one, kind of similar to the new CGC. You can't really bend it the same. It feels much more sturdy. It feels like one solid piece, whereas the prior case feels like it was put together, if that makes sense, right? So that looks much better. The new case is slightly shorter. Let's see how they stack up to CGC's other ones. So if I had to describe this, I would say that the new CBCS case is similar in size to the last generation CGC, but it feels more sturdy like the new generation CGC. So let's take a look at these. Wow, the new CGC case is no joke, man. This thing is like a tank, and it has more of a lip on the top here. So let's do some overhead shots because I want to show you guys some things. All right, so I think you could tell right away the new case on the right is a lot clearer than this case. This case almost looks a little bit foggy. You could even see based on the reflection. So the one on the right, the new case, it definitely looks more clear. It almost looks like it has that book floating effect, like when CGC first got rid of the inner well. So here's the back. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about, how this looks like one solid piece, whereas this one looks like it was almost like clipped together. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks like it's easy to crack it open, which I don't know if it is or it isn't. It's just by appearances. This looks a lot more solid. So let's see, looking at the top, I definitely like how it looks more professional, right? The way they have CBCS. This one kind of just looks like a piece of printed out paper, right? And this one actually looks more professional. So I do think the new case is better than the old case for CBCS. However, guys, and you wanted my honest opinion, I don't think the new case is still as good as the CGC case, right? So I'll tell you what I mean. So first of all, The CGC case feels like there's a lot more reinforcement. Let's look at the difference in the thickness. The CGC one seems to have more protection, guys. And maybe that, this is a square bound book, so that might be a bad example. Let me switch it out to a different one. Is the square bound one? Yeah, you know what? I'm tripping. The FF Annual is a thicker case because it's square bound. Okay, so let's look at Lethal Protector. So actually, when you're looking at these now, they do look very similar. Like I said, there's more of a lip, and you have a very sturdy feel on the CGC case. This thing feels solid. The new case here, it's similar. I think it's similar. For me, I didn't really know the CBCS case needed a new case. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely an upgrade from their previous version, and that's okay. CGC has gone through 4 generations of cases now. I just always thought that the CBCS label was not as aesthetically pleasing as the CGC. I think maybe because it's kind of just that one solid color blue, whereas CGC has like the big white square. I think that's a good look. This kind of just fades in a little bit. I don't know. I think that there's some work left to do there, but overall, the case is good. As you can see, compared to the old one, where I said, like this old one, you can see that? How you can kind of bend it a little bit? The new one doesn't. Just like CGC's. This one makes a little noise, but it's not bending at all. Let's look at the old CGC, or prior generation. A little bit more flimsy. So with that being said, good job, you guys. You have a stronger, sturdier case now. Something that can compare with CGC's new case, which is super sturdy as well. So that's a good look. Yeah, so it's nice to know that CBCS is continuously focusing on improvement. I think it's a step in the right direction. A lot of people ask me, is CBCS legit? Are they a good company? And I've always stated from day one, they're definitely a legit company. Steve Borak is the founder. He was one of the founders of CGC. So it's never a question of authenticity when it comes to CBCS. They're a legitimate company. They're not as big as CGC, who was the only name in town for a very long time. But they're taking a lot of steps in the right direction, always trying to improve on the cases. Labels have gone through a couple different iterations. And I believe they recently have created a census, which shows how many have been graded, which is something that CGC has had for years. It was a huge advantage, and it kind of lets you know how scarce a book is, right? So that's a good way to determine value. So they're making all the right moves. Competition is good. It causes both parties to step their game up. I do think that the labels, needs to be different than CGC, but it needs to be as aesthetically pleasing, because man, when you see that white box 9.8, otherwise, they are very similar. Anyway, I've never done a slab comparison video. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I do want to thank CBCS for hitting me up, man. Super humbled. The case is dope. It's definitely a step up from the prior generation, so keep it up, and definitely send me some more stuff to review if you guys ever make any new changes. So that's going to wrap up the video. I want to hear what you guys think about the new cases in the comments down below. Any questions that you have that I didn't really cover in the video, please feel free to shoot me a question. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't get lost in the YouTube homepage. Make sure you don't miss a video. We drop new ones every single day, including bonus clips, live shows, and more. So make sure to hit that bell. Stay minty fresh. Peace.